Good morning, I'm Sharaad Kuttan and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines. It's the 18th of February. Lots in the newspapers today. Kajang, Dr. Mahathir speaks on many issues and policy changes with regard to statutory boards, though it's not been made public. Now, not in the news is the story of civil society organizations in Sarawak petitioning so that the current Chief Minister isn't elected or pushed up to the seat of Governor. That's Taib Mahmud. Also, in only one paper did the story of NSTP having to pay 350,000 ringgit to past Vice President Hussain Musa for defamation. Only one paper carried that, and that was The Sun. So, bully on The Sun, everybody else tried to ignore it. Shame on the media. Anyway, the Malay Mail has a story on Kajang, and this is about MCA saying it's going to go for broke even if Barisan Nasional boycotts, that's in quotes, boycotts the Kajang by-elections. Now, extraordinary is this little bit here. I know the Malay Mail is very pro-police, but and as a consequence, they really don't pull the police up on their selective focus on certain egregious sins by politicians who are apparently stoking racial hatred. They always seem to be going for one side of the political barrier and not the other. So, I don't know, enough is enough when it comes to police selective prosecution of their job. Now, Sina Harian has this story, again it's about Kajang. Kajang's become this convoluted story with the MB here, Khalid Ibrahim, denying that he's the man behind Zaida Ibrahim, ex-PKR heavy, who's said that he will run in the by-election. He's also saying that he hasn't signed a letter that will pave the way for a new Menteri Besar in the state. So a lot of drama, including this. A false army, tentera palsu. And I think this fake stuff is really the heart of Malaysian politics today. A lot of fake debates, a lot of fake arguments, and so the word for the day is palsu. Palsu is my choice for the word of the day. Talking about hate, we have Dr. M on the cover of Utusan Malaysia. Yes, he criticizes the West, for imposing its values, its definition of democracy. And you have in this executive summary of his views, it might not be his views, or at least Utusan's view of his views, is this. And he says, yeah, we can accept the fact that free and fair elections are important for democracy, but we won't allow people to walk around naked. Yes, apparently, people who want democracy in this country want it so that they can walk naked in public. Dr. Marvin. Okay, another very important story, and it's a sore story. Here's about policy change, a very important policy change with regard to statutory boards and the fact that it shouldn't be political nominees, but it should be professionals who head these statutory boards. Now, we don't have that confirmed. It is a sore story that's saying that there's policy change. Well, I wish policy changes of this magnitude weren't secret. The Star. Sweet news, yes, sweet news. Sponsored by somebody, I'm not quite sure. Apparently there's a survey, and it's a survey by Sam Darby Properties Berhad. So the property organization, a realtor construction company, together with a university have come out with a survey on the fact that most housing in the Klang Valley is in fact affordable. Some 68% of the population will and should find property accessible. Is this true? I don't know. And with those associations there's something called the Housing Income Index that the government wants to push through its Ministry of Wellbeing and Housing, and that's in that story too. It's all up to you to decide whether that is in fact useful, or is that just PR for government. Now, Brita Harian has this story about kindergartens, not so great. New Straits Times covers, and you remember, NSTP is paying out $350,000 for defamation. Rather 350,000 ringgit for defamation. Now, what doesn't add up? Yeah, well, all kinds of things don't add up in this country, but here they're talking about the water deal between Johor and Singapore. That's an old story, and no resolution. I'm not quite sure why that was floated, but there you have it. It doesn't add up. Harian Metro doesn't add anything to the newspapers and to the media today, so I'm not going to even bother with them. But that's the last word for the day. Nothing adds up when it comes to the Malaysian media today. It's just been quite dismal. I'm Sharaad Kuttan, BFM's Morning Headlines on the 18th of February, BFM 89.9.